Good morning, Zio here, and today we go back to our favorite gaming place. The place we all love to go to and pick up all our games because we go there and we pre-order them all the time. We sign up for all the stuff that we get asked to sign up for. We buy disc protection all the time because, you know, who doesn't buy disc protection? What if something happens? What if somebody took this disc and scratched it? You know, it's protected. Well, I mean, technically, it's probably not protected now. Oh, whoops. Anyway, what is the state of this disc? Yeah, this disc is actually pretty nice. I kept it pretty good. Look at that. Anyway. Oh, wow. You can see the reflection of everything. In the monitor, of course you can. Anyway, so that is a perfect way to start this. We will show all sorts of things today. So we're talking about GameStop. That's it. We're going back to GameStop because GameStop has done a thing. When has GameStop not been doing a thing lately? Anyway, let's just get into it. You know what? I figured this was going to happen. I mean, geez, it just... I know it... Okay, where do I start? See, they were planning to close these stores anyway, I'm sure. GameStop has been looking to cut the fat, to cut the corners for a while. They're so expansive, they can't keep their doors open. They're having issues. They're getting into buying your cell phone or other techs so they can sell it to China or whoever else for a much higher profit because you've got a small crack in the screen. They will give you $30 or something like that, $50 for your phone, and then sell it for a premium, you know, in bulk to somewhere else and make a lot of money. Anyway, and we've had a particular I'm sorry, not the flu. We had a particular pandemic happen worldwide, of course, which has led to some other things where GameStop was like, hey, you know what? Stay working because you're essential. We're essential. Here's paperwork to prove how essential we are because we feel that we are essential because we sell keyboards. Yes, keyboards. That's right. They think because they sell keyboards, which, correct me if I'm wrong, has anyone actually seen a keyboard in GameStop? I'm sure there's probably been one, you know, somewhere, just not in my 5 or 7 locations that exist all over the place nearby. I mean, granted, I have to go out of town to find the other ones because there's only one here, you know, and I've got to drive like an hour or so in 2 different directions in order to find the other 7. But, you know, has anybody really seen all these other additional things that they sell that's not a Funko Pop or a slightly damaged controller? Other than maybe on their website? Anyway, so they were trying to claim essential status. They weren't really protecting their employees from anything. They weren't doing anything. And then they did finally sort of do the right thing, but they did wait until after they released 2 very hot games, Animal Crossing, New Horizon, and Doom Eternal. You know, make your own choice about why they stayed open long enough for that, at least, before finally shutting down a lot of things and doing curbside pickup instead. You know, where they're like, hey, if we're going to keep some of these open, at least we'll offer curbside pickup so it's not so bad. This way, it's just the employees in the store or the employee in the store by themselves. You know, and they don't have to really mingle with anybody or worry about anybody with the bug coming in and spreading it around or anything. And so, you know, it's small steps, but you know, they did stay completely open and break street date on a game just so they can cash in that sweet pre-order money. I mean, they would never do something like that. Oh, why would GameStop do something like that? They're about you, the player, and their employees, all about them. Anyway, GameStop has now announced that they will be permanently closing 300 plus stores, it looks like, or sometime in the near future, which, the bug probably didn't help, considering it seems like they're trying their best to wait. And of course, if you hadn't caught that conference call that's out there in the wild, you should go look up the GameStop conference call. Dang. Anyway, GameStop has announced plans to close more than 300 stores in 2020, though the retail was careful to note, I cannot read, which is a normal thing for me. Why do I even attempt to say it's because it's morning and I haven't had enough coffee? I just can't read. Look, I'm dyslexic. Leave me alone. Anyway, that this is part of an ongoing plan, and not a response to recent trends. The Chief Financial Officer Jim Bell announced the closures during the company's latest fiscal earnings call. Bell said that the closures this year will be roughly similar to the closures in 2019, when it closed roughly 320 store locations on net. Anyway, in fiscal 2020, we will continue in our efforts to de-densify our store base. De-densify, is that even a word? Anyway, I mean, I get what it's trying to say, so we don't have a GameStop on every corner because, frankly, we can't afford it. Like I said, there's 7 GameStops around me, I think. There's one in each mall, right? And then there's one in those other locations, and then there's others dotted around as well, those cities. Do they really need that many GameStops floating about? Not around here. Maybe in a big city like maybe, I don't know, New York, that might be more appropriate. But not in this no, not in East Tennessee. Anyway, focused on maximizing productivity of the entire fleet. We anticipate store closures to be equal to or more than 320 net closures we saw in the fiscal 2019 on a global basis. Importantly, we want to emphasize that these store closures are very specific and proactive part of our de-densification plan, and they are not related to recent business trends. Yeah. Anyway, so GameStop has been actually trying to close down a bunch of stuff. So to be totally honest, the bug isn't the one that caused it. Although I'm sure there are going to be people out there who might claim that this was something that was going to happen anyway. However, the bug might have, hastened their demise. Might be a better way to put it. The bug hastened GameStop's demise. Of course, we could see way more than 300 depending on how hard GameStop was hit by all this, although they are still keeping some places open. And they did wait until after 2 big major releases before finally trying to start to shut things down and allowing workers to leave and get benefits and pay and other things. Well, I'm sure the corporate office has been at home the entire dang time, because they were saying things like they will not be answering phone calls or anything of the likes, just via email. So if you have questions, email, but don't call. Nobody's going to answer. And I don't remember if they even attempted to validate that with some kind of excuse to why the phones just suddenly didn't work at corporate. But what if you're reading between the lines, what that really means is, so hey guys, here's the deal. We need you all to keep your stores open regular time. If anyone tries to shut you down, you're going to hand them this piece of paper, right? And it's going to say that you're essential, because we're obviously essential. Everyone knows that. You can't live without a GameStop. I mean, come on. Now, if you need to reach us, it's going to have to be by email only. I know you've been calling all day, Ted, but the phones are down. The virus has knocked out our phones, so we can only reach out to you by email. I'm sorry, that's just how we're going to have to do it for the next few weeks. But you guys need to stay in the stores and keep them running, all right? In reality, they're all at home working from home, not actually at corporate, and practicing social distancing, which they should have their employees do, while also providing them with some benefits and pay, or at least allowing them to get unemployment or something during the time. Anything, than what they were doing. Anyway. Yeah, so GameStop will be permanently closing over 300 stores here soon, and, yeah, that's about all I've got on that. So let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. And I'm Zeo. This is Zeo Gaming, and I will talk to you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.